Thank you. Welcome to AHA, a human among humans. We have a 27-minute show tonight. On the phone is a relationships expert who has devoted herself with passion to understanding this. Say hello, Sarah Brett.
Hello there. I'm looking for...
I'm Michael Koran. I'm your host. These are the 8 questions So, question number 1. What do you like if you don't get what you want?
Initially, if I don't get what I want, I ask again and reframe the question. If thinking someone I was dating I really wanted to go see this music concert, and I had sent a link to the music, and the person said, no, I know I won't like that. And I said, oh, but there's just so many instruments. Would you listen to another song? And the person did shut me down again. And I started to realize that we just weren't that compatible. You know, I'd known the person for a month at this point. But I'm basically a little bummed out and disappointed when I don't get what I want, because I start going into, you know what, I don't think we're compatible.
Oh, my.
What about you?
I'm deceptive.
Oh, I want to hear this.
No, I'm Mr. Nice Guy, like my dad. And often, unbeknownst to me, I'm raging inside for the littlest things, maybe not so little. I'm getting way better. I'm learning. I just lost my earphones and got new ones. They're very hard to connect to my computer.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm outside. Hold on 1 second.
Wow. Even the fire engines are coming to watch us.
Yes, they are.
So I'm just learning, Sarah,
yes,
to take my temper tantrum or my fury and use the energy well. Because it's the power. Instead of just, I say, okay, I've got this power. What can I do to begin to get what I want? So that's very new for me, to realize I am upset and to make doable requests of myself and other people. So I, in some ways, enjoyed unsuccessfully trying to get my new iPhones to connect to my computer. It was very frustrating. I feel a little like crying, but I use the frustration to find someone else to help and someone else to help. So I'm getting much better.
I love it. That's great.
When I grow up, I'm going to be like 20-year-old Heinz, who is making this podcast, this YouTube video possible.
You know what? I want to be like 20-year-old Heinz too when I grow up.
Yes, we can.
That sounds perfect.
Maybe we can hire him to teach us. Although if he comes on the show, he can. He had a very loving mother, which helps.
Oh, so nice.
Okay, question number 2. You want to read it? Do you have it in front of you?
You know what? If it's right in front of you,
okay.
If you don't mind reading it, that'd be great.
If you disagree with your partner about something important, How do you try to convince them? Well, I just had the experience of having an argument with my beloved brother roommate and discovering it was 5:35 and I'm supposed to be here at 6.
Oh, wow.
And that was important to me. I asked him if he could drive me, and he said no, he was very tired. And then, because I didn't want to be late, I'm never late to the show, I said, could I bribe you to take me? And he was very kind. He said, no, you don't have to bribe me. I will take you. I don't want you to get hurt on the ice.
Right.
So I asked twice.
Yeah.
So we had another disagreement that I don't know. He's not my partner, but he's a roommate for 6 years.
Yeah.
Another disagreement, but that's one. That was a little one. And what about what about yourself?
So, a disagreement.
About something important, someone close with you.
Yeah, I had a disagreement because I had said to someone, crash at my place. Crash at my place. I don't want you driving at 1 a.m. But when you have a cat nap and, like 3, 4, whatever time, just then get up and drive home. I work from home. My, computer's opposite of where you're sleeping. I live in 500 square feet. I wake up, I explained I start my day at 7. I wake up and the person at 6:30 in the morning is completely like comatose looking on my sofa. And I think, well, I'm just going to go for a walk, come back. Then I thought, no, I actually need to start work. I explained the night before, it's a really busy work day. It's a new job. I'm getting trained. The sooner I start Thursday, the better. And I'm thinking, I'm tiptoeing around. No. So I said, you need to get up and you need to go. I have to start my day. And did not go over well. It was, well, you told me 7. You needed to be clearer if you wanted to get up at 6:30. And I said, well, I explained the night before, crash for a few hours and then drive. Well, I didn't remember you saying that. I was up texting because I couldn't sleep. I really didn't need to stay, crash over here in the first place. So the disagreement, his point was, you need to be clear with your boundaries and spell them out exactly. And my frustration is common courtesy. If someone says they have to start work at 7 and log into the computer, you're going to get out of their way at like 6:30.
Oh,
you're going to, set the alarm.
I wouldn't have known you meant that. So I understand what he said. I wouldn't have known you couldn't work with me sleeping there.
It's very uncomfortable being like 2 feet away from a computer with someone sleeping behind you.
I see. So I hope both of us can learn to feel the other person's perspective, even if we don't agree.
Absolutely. I'm slowly learning that for him, he takes things very literally when I said I have to start.
Right.
But I did say, actually, it would be ideal if I started at 6:30, but realistically, it'd be more like 7. I needed to say, you know what, I need you out of this space.
Yes, right.
By 6:30.
Yeah.
To me, I grew up with, don't overstay, don't crowd people.
Right, but people...
Give people plenty of space, but he didn't grow up like that.
He didn't grow up that way. So we can both learn to be even clearer. So, how do you try to convince them? Well, I just had an unsuccessful attempt to convince. It is so hard. And I feel upset about trying to convince a friend of mine. She is very, she can be very judgmental. She's a lovely, lovely person, but very judgmental. She grew up in Dorchester, and she grew up in a situation where people said what they thought. And so I felt very judged. She says, you're too impatient, you don't understand what I say, you don't get out enough in the world to understand what's going on.
Wow.
And I was unsuccessfly trying to get her, could you speak more kind words to me?
Right.
But she said, you believe we're responsible for your feelings. Don't blame me. And she didn't get that. Just because I'm responsible for my feelings, I can still ask to have people speak more kindly to me.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. I was glad I could at least say it. But there's always better ways to keep learning how to say it.
Right. But, absolutely.
It's, as you know, it says in nonviolent communication, I'm not sure it's true, to feel the other person, to share both your feelings and your needs, and listen to their feelings and their needs with a giraffe heart. You know, the biggest heart of any land animal. So I guess we learned with yours that with a giraffe heart, you really do have a giraffe heart. You understood he wasn't brought up the way you were. And so, common courtesy for you.
Good getting yelled at and being told I made him feel very uncomfortable when I asked him to leave. That was a whole nother side.
A whole nother side.
Yeah.
And my friend, she said, well, I think I do understand. She's from the tough neighborhood in Dorchester, and that's how she grew up.
Yeah.
But
a lot of drama. I think it's not necessarily the location; it's the drama. If you grew up with people blaming each other, and it's hard to undo that.
Yes. So I'm not sure what to do, but I'm glad I did it. I did it. I feel sad at the argument, and I'm finally said it again. And I might have to say it a number of times. Wow. Okay. This is hard. This will be fun. I can't wait to have a date, even if I don't want to have one anymore. Just to ask. But if I meet a stranger at a party, I hope I can bring this along.
This is great.
Are you open to new ways of looking at things, even if they conflict with your own opinions? Boy, I mean, I'm 81, Sarah. I get maybe set in my ways.
It's a great, this to me is my favorite question.
I have a friend who we said we could, we just went for a little walk. I said, could we walk again? And she said, I'd like to walk 5 or 6 miles at a quicker pace. And I can't try that.
Yeah.
I could try 1 mile at a quicker pace.
Right.
So, but I'm open to 1 mile at a quicker pace, but not 5 miles not even 5 miles at a slow pace. Maybe open for 2 miles. So I'm learning to open.
Yeah.
I just started eating spaghetti again. Yum! I found I found a rice spaghetti, which is no wheat, and a great. What's all the noise at your end? Do you know?
I'm sorry. What's all the
Noise coming from your.
Oh, it's quiet. I'm actually in the park right now.
Oh, mine. Okay.
Oh, geez.
No, maybe I heard you walking though on the snow.
Okay. But I love rice pasta. That's such a great solution.
And
that's perfect. That's a good compromise.
And I found a great, expensive spaghetti sauce, Tasca. Tasca with fresh garlic. Oh, it's about $9 for a jar at Whole Foods.
You know, it's worth it though.
Oh, was it good? Oh my!
Yeah. Wow.
Especially in a cold day.
There's a great type of brand, Lydia's. It's from, I think, Italy.
Yes.
There's a woman smiling. That's great stuff.
Oh, I might
as
try
well.
that too. Did you answer that?
So I didn't, but I love this question because I want so much to feel better when there's a conflict that I automatically do this because I just want to forgive. So for me, the quickest way to forgive is to really think about how this person grew up, what this person's going through.
But
it can take a while, but that's my tool.
Can you think of a new way? I did it with just eating. A new way. I couldn't do it with my friend who wants to walk 5 miles quickly, but I could compromise.
Well, you did 1 mile. That's a good way of just saying, hey, I see that you want to speed things up. I'm looking at things your way, and this is what I can offer.
Yes, I offered that, and she hasn't taken me up on that. It might be too tiny for her.
Yeah.
But I'm beginning to do that, though.
Yeah.
And yourself, is there a new way that you're trying? That someone suggested?
You know, I have a friend who really opens me up to a new way of thinking. I said, you know, I seem to meet the same type of person over and over again when I go to date, and some of them are doing these communication workshops, self-improvement, self-help workshops, and I said, I just think she said, maybe they're doing it to feel better rather than get better, but at least that's a step. They're trying to feel better. Right?
Well, that's beautiful.
You know, this woman blows me away.
Wow.
She is the one that's, she doesn't even really have a problem with alcohol, but she's doing the 12-step program for her enrichment.
And you're open to that too.
And yeah, she even said that about the 12-step program. She said, I've met people at the 12-step program, they've been doing it for a year. I can't, they're bad to the bone. She said, but wow, what were you like before this?
It sounds to me, Sarah Brett, that you're in a happier place than ever.
You know, I am surrounded by beautiful people like you and her, and I am really seeing the beauty. I'm in the vortex right now where the beautiful people are really standing out.
Wow.
I think I got bogged down by the depressed people for too long, but there's beautiful people everywhere. They might be 1 in 50 people, but they're there.
Yes, and my friend Gene Mason, you met?
He's extremely beautiful.
Yep.
And look at Heinz.
And
Heinz they are
too?
everywhere.
Wow.
You know?
I have another friend I want you to meet who's also a beautiful person in a different way. But
Oh, nice.
Sometime I'll get you to. Okay, what do you feel when you feel disconnected from your partner? What do you do? No, what do you do when you feel disconnected from your partner?
I don't handle it very well. I put down the boundaries and cave into and do what the partner wants.
Wow.
It's so, and that bites me because I feel badly. I just want.
Yes, you don't stand up, and then they'll pay for it in the long run if you do that.
Yes.
Resent them.
As will I.
Yes, and you. What could I do? Let's see, when did I feel that last? I'm learning to feel the connection before I even say or do anything, and that helps. So I'm not sure. I think I'm feeling connected now. Or sometimes I hope this is not fair. I don't say this, but I hope to say I feel disconnected now. Is there anything we can do so I can feel more connected with you? Boy, I'd love to say that if I.
That's amazing.
I mean, I haven't, but I'm going to say that because I'm learning to say things without blaming.
Yes, no, that is amazing.
In the past, I would just leave and blame them to boot.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
We still have 5 minutes. This is perfect timing. Are you honest about what you need in a relationship? Oh my, help.
I know.
Help. If I knew.
Mm-hmm.
I try unsuccessfully. I have a lovely friend. He's very learned. He's one of these, at times, long talkers. He'll talk on and on about things I'm not interested in. Now, according to nonviolent communication, the second he says something I'm not interested in, I should stop him. And nonviolent communication is right, because then I resent him. Even though I love him, I resent him, and I want to. So I've said to him, if you're going to say something that's more than 4 minutes long, please tell me. And he agreed, but he's not good at it. So I think I would hurt his feelings immensely if I did what nonviolent communication said. I'm not interested when they're talking about their life teaching English at a high school. And I'm really not that interested in that. But that's their whole day.
Yeah.
So,
but at least,
yes?
it might burn for 5 seconds, and then you think, this person really cares because they're letting me know how we can be closer friends.
Well, how can I stop them from talking about what they do every day? How was your day? Well, in the first period, the principal... Yeah. So that's very hard. Yeah. I did ask for 5 minutes. And I love him. I love him. He's a wonderful person, but he's a talker.
Yeah.
So I might, I can't do that. What would he talk about? That's his whole day. He stays there till 4 in the afternoon and then goes home and reads student papers. That's his week.
Yeah.
If I say, how are you? That's what's going on.
Yeah.
I might add, and he needs to, it helps him to say it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just try to keep my heart open and listen, but I do resent it.
Yeah.
So, and I won't give up the friendship. I think I might just keep the 4-minute rule and say, hey, it's more than 4 minutes. It's a little more than I can take now. Tell me what you're feeling and think. No, what can I say?
Yeah.
What do you think about what's going? I don't know. It's hard.
It's hard. I'm sure a lot of people have rejected his friendship.
Yes, that's true. That is true. We have
and
only.
He probably doesn't. He doesn't understand why.
No, he does.
Oh.
So we only have 45 seconds.
Oh, how many more questions?
2 more. I think we should do 6 though for you.
Okay, actually, read the last 2, and
Do
we'll
you
think
hold
about it
on
for
to
next week.
resentments? How do you usually express your love? Whoa.
Oh.
I just met someone who says he flops on the bed.
That's really cute.
When his partner's there. What a lovely person.
That's great. I express my love with gratitude.
Oh, well. So we have to say goodbye now.
Oh.
But you're coming to the show next week, right?
Yes.
Maybe with Gene Mason if we're lucky.
And Hines, maybe.